The most obvious trait shared by the demons is a basic malicious drive. Although they will help the magician greatly, there is always some harmful or adverse aspect in calling them. This is, of course, a baneful power, whose force need not necessarily be directed towards the magician. The full potency of demonic influence is revealed when they are assigned a particularly sadistic task, such as inflicting an enemy with a lifelong illness, or stirring up a natural disaster in some unprepared part of the world. Taking all karmic superstition out of the equation, this type of black magic is the safest and most effective motive for the evocation of the demons given in this tome. With demons, destruction of some sort is guaranteed. When working with them, the magician must avoid the follies and assumptions that would bring this destruction upon himself, rather than it being directed at some outside target. A glance through the descriptions of the demons and their abilities shows that not all are harmful by intent. Nevertheless, they are still harmful by nature. Iadon, a demon within the second kingdom of flames, will graciously grant the evocator all the wealth that he may desire. In fact, he will even give more than is asked for. Having summoned him and seen the remarkable results, I would love to evoke Iadon daily and reap the benefits. Knowing Iadon, however, doing such would be the last thing I'd advise. It is also said in his description that he will take back more than is had. This is usually overlooked or outright ignored by the magician while reading about Iadon and the wonderful things he can do. And so each shall find out exactly how much can be taken from him by requesting the aid of this demon. Iadon is just one example of a demon that, by intent, does well for the magician, but by design will impart destruction. By this standard, a demon who is said to cause certain devastation can be trusted far more than one that will bring joy and success. The single exemption to this is the case of the grand demons ruling their separate kingdoms. Their intents and their designs are sinister, without doubt. The great difference is that the malice of the grand demons extends so far and plummets so deep into outer darkness that all thought of the suffering or the joy of the magician are forgotten. The intent of the grand demon is to aid the magician in ascent to the highest degree of glory attainable. The nature or the spirit of these beings propels them to do so, for the benefit of the rain of fire that spills into the lower planes each time a mortal is raised to the state of a god. While the demons crowd round the sufferer, hoping to catch a piece of his soul as it is torn to shreds, the grand demon will wait millennia to watch the whole of existence burn from the effect of one terrifying act. Despite the claims of the Buddhas and spiritualists, ascent beyond the cosmic consciousness of nirvana or samadhi, deeper than the ocean of love and mercy, is the most terrifying act imaginable. Sailing into a realm of limitlessness, a state without boundaries or restrictions, breaking every chain and rending every veil, brings brimstone destruction to all that is not composed of eternal matter. Angels. It would be obtuse to state that the angels within this grimoire are the complete antithesis of the demons, entirely focused upon benevolence towards the magician and the human race as a whole. In actuality, The aim of the angel is to bring about the greatest level of purity and righteousness as possible, both in the magician and his surroundings. The angels, although perfectly willing to assist the magician in gaining the things that may bring about success and happiness, have a greater goal in mind. Indeed, they have the greatest goal in mind: the final absolution of the human being from this prison of pain into a state of godly magnificence. To this end alone, they cause miracles and magic to be made manifest, always laying a stone path to ascent as they go. At times, however, their gifts of ascent and experiences that would lead the individual towards such are less than appreciated by some magicians. It is often necessary to keep in mind that the will of the angel is aligned with the will of the divine. The angels know the minds of men, and will occasionally pay lip service to the magician's lower desires in order to lead him towards his true path. In the matter of their resolve, there are some angels that are more terrifying than the grand demons. A good deal of the angels that have been put forth in this text are expert in the powers of protection. They know the dangers with which one may be confronted as he travels through the unseen realms, and they have no doubt that the greatest service they can perform is to keep the magician safe from harm. Unlike the demons, who usually appear in decadent and disgusting forms, the angels almost always manifest themselves in a human form that is pleasant to look upon. Most are beautiful, muscular men who are able to appear both youthful and ancient at once. A certain presence, a holy mantle, is carried by the angels, a portion of which will linger with the magician as long as he desires it. This gift in itself is a powerful agent against the darkness that so often falls upon one who walks the path of ascent.